And I don't know what I'm going to name this particular podcast, but I've got a few questions out there and a few statements for Kamala Harris. This post, this live is specifically for Kamala Harris. If you're Kamala Harris, tag her in it. If you know her or know of her, tag her in it. Because she thinks she's somebody. Tag her in it, right? She always calling the streets, but she thinks she's somebody. Tag her in it. I'm going to say it one more time. This podcast, this particular episode right here is for Kamala Harris. Where you at? You paying attention yet? Anybody on Kamala Harris' team calling in paying attention? So, I just want to say that I'm going to say that as a tax-paying homeless citizen in the United States of America, that it was in our best interest not to elect Vice President Kamala Harris as the President of the United States of America. I'm going to say that that was in our best interest. That was a great decision. Okay? Many years later, as we're watching this same sad song, it's not the best fit for a first world nation. Okay? Someone with that much negativity, that much tenure, that much experience, and that much negativity is not what's meant for our country. Okay? America is a first world country. We're the best in the world. Okay? So all of you people that are upset that maybe internally they're not wealthy. I mean, we haven't seen them work out, so their health might not be their wealth, right? It's simple. It's not rocket science, actually. And so this is a real statement. And as a young person, I have a college degree. I'm 41 years old. I might decide to pivot some way, this or that in my career if I choose to. And so I'm addressing this type of shit early. They love to curse and use profanity and shit on their national and international platforms because they are somebody, right? I'm here to wake somebody up. I operate in balance. I am here in a duality in balance. And this is not about like power. Everybody walks in their own power. And if you are constantly calling and attacking people online, that means you don't have your own power. That means you've been living in someone else's shadow of their power probably your entire career. And I don't even care. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But what I'm saying is, all this negativity, this is directed towards Kamala Harris and her constituents and anyone else who is in this negative vein. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm going to come on and say something about it. I'll tag you in it because I don't have a problem tagging anybody in it. If you in my neighborhood, I will visit you. You better ask politicians that know me. You better ask politicians that I've heckled when they come to my neighborhood because I don't play that kind of shit. But you can come on. You better ask Ted, Beto, better ask motherfucking Beto, Sheila Jackson Lee. You better ask them about me. What I do when I walk into a arena and they on stage talking, I'm gonna get them up out of there if they saying the wrong thing. You better ask Boris Miles. They all know about me because it's what I do. Since you spending so much time in the South, I'm wondering where you at. Well, I haven't seen you. They know me in the South. So all of this talk, all this negativity, I'm here to say I'm a part of the American population that's not with that negative shit. I don't have like a negative agenda towards my own nation, towards my own country, the United States of America. Not just these United States. Nah, bitch, this ain't like no third world type of shit. Nah, this is the United States of America. Okay? I know y'all hate acknowledging that, but it's what it is. I know it's not written that way constitutionally. It's open-ended, and I guess that's fine, right? It gives way for an antagonist to come in. That's fine. But I'm here to say, EKANEofficial, that's who I am. that I'm not fucking with the negativity and all the pulling down of the people in the world that's growing. All these slugs, all this bullshit. You all that, girl, you better be glad. You better be glad that I have to stay stationary and that I really don't know your exact location. See, that's why you all actually have, that's where you can actually stay protected. Because if I actually, like, if y'all was actually like about it, right, but y'all not. Y'all are not accessible in the street, right? You're not accessible for someone to approach you in a real life situation. None of you are. Because if you were, then you know I would be there. But you might have heard through the grapevine that that might not be the best decision. Because I will show up. So, but once y'all turn out, gonna do something else, book signing, some might show up one day. I'm sure that's why they keep me not having a lot of money, so I can't just show up and attack them. You know what I'm saying? So I can't show up and heckle them or say whatever it is that I got to say in a real live, one-on-one, with everybody watching type of setting, because that's what I do. Even homeless, I'll be finding a way to get to school, because eventually a neighborhood, they be like, damn, it doesn't make sense for someone to be outside. They don't have on suits, right? They're not the suit wearing type. And so, but I am, even through being displaced, I'm still a suit wearing type. So I feel like that makes me qualified to say what I got to say, because everybody else ain't got on no suit, okay? But yeah, this post was for Vice President Kamala Harris, former Vice President. What the fuck did you do as the Vice President? I'm trying to learn your job. Not really, because I don't want to be the Vice President. I really don't even want to be the President or no shit like that. But if it came down to it and I'd have to run to protect myself and the people that I know, then I would have to do so. But yeah, I'm just not with it. I'm not with Kamala Harris' message. I'm not her. I didn't vote for her. I am a Republican by vote. And so, no, I didn't vote for her or anyone else that's a Democrat. So if they think I voted for them, I didn't. Shit, it's that simple. The only person that could have fixed this problem was President Donald Trump, and that's who I voted for. And I waited to vote until I could vote for him. And I skipped everybody else on the ballot just to vote for him. I'm not wasting my time on people I know can't deliver anything. And that's just how I do. Yes, I think Kamala Harris is a waste. I think that what she will bring to the table in the future will be a waste. I think that her track record since being the vice president, I think whatever she will come to the table with saying will be a waste. I think even considering her for a president is a waste. I'm just not with it. I don't think it's the best decision. I won't be voting for her for anything. As a leader, they can't solve problems that help we the people. They don't have solutions for the people. And so therefore, I would not elect them into a position to represent the people. Maybe back in the day, they had a goal, but I mean, they've demonstrated over time, particularly Kamala Harris has demonstrated through her conversation, if you pay attention, that she's not interested in helping the American people. She's interested in letting people into the states to abuse the system and to get what they can from it, but not to make them wealthy. This is not an attempt to make people coming into the country wealthy. It's only to give them enough to survive, but it is not to make them wealthy. So that is a conflict of interest for those who are born and raised in this country with a wealthy mindset, to those coming into this country that are only here to just get a little morsel of what they can get, and then that is their glamorous wealth. I mean, however they want to, whatever TANF and WIC and assistance is there for them. Whatever free communist agenda they have in place for them, that's fine. I mean, come on in with the communist agenda where everything is free. And that's why they live this way, because they think they are entitled to living free. But free doesn't mean wealthy. Actually, health means wealthy. So they might have all of this and still live unhealthy in their thoughts, in their physique, in their lifestyle. And that's just what it is. But I do want to clarify that because I wear a suit, I'm not representing Kamala Harris in any way. I represent myself. I am a Republican. I have conservative views. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a queer liberal. And so, but I respect the queers, and I respect all people groups. Even when they don't respect me, I still respect them. But I'm not going to do what they say. Absolutely not. But I can understand and see through their perspective and think about life in ways that include diversity, equity, and inclusion, and in ways that uplift and build people and doesn't leave people in ambiguous situations where they don't know what to do next, where they're constantly waiting. That doesn't make sense. That means you're dealing with someone that's not a good leader. If the people have to wait to move forward, they're not dealing with good leaders. That's not good leadership. And so I'm here to say that I think that Vice President Kamala Harris is not necessarily the best leader for the United States of America, especially not to where we're going in the future. If they cannot acknowledge, if you listen to her most recent interview with the Urban League, you can see how they cannot even acknowledge all that was built, the Industrial Revolution coming out of the Great Migration. They can't even acknowledge what the American citizens and immigrants built because there's such of a negative frequency. And so I'm here to call that out, and I'll come on more frequently and call it out because I really don't support what they're saying. I'm not opaque. I am very clear. I'm not like, I'm not a coward. I'm not passive aggressive. I was just silent because it's not good to speak if you don't know what's going on. But I rewrote that and I added in my own narrative, and so I can do my piece the way I want to do it as an independent creator. And so I hope somebody listens to this, and I hope Kamala Harris finds this, because I'm tired of the negativity from someone that calls themselves a leader, that was the vice president of the United States of America. And all they constantly do is attack the president. All they do is attack males. All they do is attack people that have something that have other parts of information to the formula of life, which is ignorance. And so I'm not for operating in ignorance. And women that operate in ignorance, I don't support them. It's that goddamn simple. And that's why I normally hang around men, or like to be in the company of men, and what I take into my life. Because generally, if I'm listening to a man, their podcast, their music, whatever it is that they want to say, you don't have to be physically present with them to learn something from what they're saying, their experience. But a woman, sometimes if you're not careful, some of them are stupid, and you just have to be careful. Not all of them are stupid. I know for a time they thought I was stupid, and I had to prove to them that that I'm in this situation due to others, but I built a fence around them also that they don't know. They don't know what I built around them. But yeah, that's the end of this. And then I have another episode that I have next, but this is specifically for Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm not a Democrat. I am a Republican, and I say that with pride, because I'm not a person that's here to pull the country down, pull anyone down. Even from an independent street level, there are street leaders, those who might not know that. The police officers, they know me now. The police departments, they know me now from being homeless in the streets so much. Yeah, I created a brand for myself. Because not everyone is outside homeless in a suit every day, walking around, streaming, going to the Starbucks, going to the colleges, working, and then still not being able to get any income from all the work. But the work is definitely there. But that's neither here nor there. It's just the process. But all this to say that, I live a blessed life. I live a thankful life. I live a life of gratitude. I live a life where I love to earn. And if it's okay if it hasn't come in yet, I earned enough in the past to get me to where I want to be. So I don't have any complaints with it. The only issue that I have is with leaders that are not here to uplift the American people and basically all people as the world has become one. As they talk about how they know this person and that person all over the globe. Well, damn, bitch, why are you so negative about all the people that have come into your acquaintance over the years? I'm not that type of woman, and I'm not that type of leader. I'm a type of woman that is here to acknowledge what people do, because that is how people grow. And that's how each one grows. Through seeing someone that may have learned something that you taught them. That should make each person stand a little bit taller. That should make each person have their chest out just a little bit more, like, whoo, wow, you able to feed them and grow them. Not just to tear them down. That doesn't make sense. That means you're dumb. That means you're dumb. You know, if you do all this in life and all you can think is to bring even your own self, that is signs of a dummy. So don't be a part of that. Be a part of building something that's cumulative. Be a part of building something that you can be proud of for the lifespan. Build something where at the end people can say, that person, they really encouraged me to make this decision and change my life and upgrade myself and be a more diverse and inclusive person. They encouraged me to go out and be confident. They showed me how to have confidence. You know, blah, 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 right? But all this pointing fingers and negative this, that means they don't have what it takes. That actually means they're criminal. And they're trying to deflect all their criminal activity onto someone else. But that's another topic for another day. I'm not here to call anybody out on their criminal lifestyle. We know that they're criminals because they continue on with the same behavior. But just thinking of it from a position of leadership, I'm going to say that no, I don't think that Kamala Harris is the best leader for this country as we move forward. Maybe in the former time, but I don't think as we move forward. I think there are young people, young men and women that are going to raise up, that have a outlook on life that is fresh, that is forward thinking, that can adapt, that can evolve, that can grow people, that can help people, that can bring wealth and income and job creation into a society where people are trying to figure out what to do. So I think that the next generation have the clues and the keys to unlocking some of this that's been kind of in the sameness for a while. And maybe they're negative to see who's going to rise up and say something. I'm going to rise up and say something because I'm not negative. And so it's difficult for me to watch someone that's branded as a vice president of the United States to be so damn negative towards all the people a part of that damn country. It doesn't make no damn sense. God damn it. They love goddamn cussing. I normally don't cuss, but watching them cuss so damn much, I said, damn, if this is the vice president, if the vice president can use so much profanity in public spaces, then it must be acceptable. So, I'm just going to leave this at that. And I do have some more thoughts for a few more politicians as we move forward. But this is specifically for Kamala Harris.